Welcome back to another FPL video. This is the Game Week 23 team selection video. I will take a look at my team, transfer plans, the updated watch list, and at the end, as always, the captain selection. But first, let's have a quick look at my Game Week 22 review. I actually didn't have that many players returning. I ended on a green arrow mostly thanks to my defense. I had Sanchez with 11 points, double Arsenal defense, and it was really cool watching that Brighton against Bournemouth game on Monday night as well, where I had Van Hecke involved really late, picked up an assist, a couple of bonus points as well, so 6 points for Van Hecke. Other than that, kind of disappointing. I had Erling Haaland captain blanking again, so a bit frustrating, but we will have a look at the captain selection at the end of this video. But my team looks okay for Game Week 23. I have 2 free transfers. My plan is actually to save and have 3 free transfers heading into Game Week 24. There are a couple of fixture swings happening, especially for Man United, and I will probably wait doing transfers until Game Week 24. So I will have Sanchez playing against Palace, Timber and Gabriel double up against Man United, and Van de Ven, he will start for me playing at home against Burnley. In midfield, I'm not really sure about Phil Foden. He played 70 minutes in the Champions League. Will he start? Will he be benched? I'm not really sure, so he might actually leave my team. Gordon, another really frustrating asset to own, has been really disappointing recently, but I will most probably sell him in Game Week 24. My plan is actually to bring in Mbumo and Bruno Fernandes, and Phil Foden and Gordon might leave my team next game week. I have Rice, solid option, Rodgers as well, and up front Erling Haaland, Jared Bowen and Thiago. So on the bench, Elliot Anderson, Van Hecke and Vandenberg, who actually looks like he has lost his spot in that Brentford team, so he might actually be sold as well. But having a couple of transfers heading into Game Week 24 might be a really good idea. Chelsea, they have really good fixtures, Man United as well, Aston Villa from Game Week 24 as well. So if you have the possibility to save in Game Week 23, I think this will be really valuable. But let's take a look at some transfer options ahead of the next game week. So in defense, I think Gabriel looks like a must-own at the moment. Ever since he returned from injury, he has picked up points, 8 points in Game Week 22 as well. His price has actually gone up to 6.8, quite expensive, but I think he is worth it. He can pick up defensive contribution points, he can get attacking returns, and Arsenal, they are the best defense in the league, so they can definitely pick up clean sheets. So 35% owned. He has an expected goal involvement of 0.92. Good fixtures for Arsenal, so I think that he is a buy if you still don't own him. Mukiele, at least for the next couple of fixtures, I think that he looks like a really good option. I'm not sure if I will bring in Mukiele if you have to start him week in, week out, but if you have him in some kind of rotation, I think that he is a really good option. So you can play Mukiele in Game Week 23 against West Ham, Game Week 24 at home against Burnley. You can potentially bench him in Game Week 25 when Sunderland have a really tough game away against Arsenal. Chalobah, solid option as well. He hasn't that great attacking threat, 0.25 expected goal involvement, but he usually picks up bonus points when Chelsea keep clean sheets, and he can pick up this defensive contribution. So at 5.5, I think that he is a solid option. So we can see in the graphics really good fixtures for Chelsea as well, playing against Crystal Palace. They have actually, it looks like Crystal Palace have some problems these days. Glasner, he will leave in the summer. They have already sold Guehi. We know that Mateta will leave as well. So a couple of problems over at Crystal Palace, and I think that this is a really good fixture for Chelsea at the moment. After the Palace fixture, they have West Ham at home and Wolves away, so potentially a couple of clean sheets for Chelsea. In midfield, Declan Rice looks like a really good option. I talked about the fixtures for Arsenal, priced at 7.4, so his price has gone up, but he's still only mid-priced, so I think that he actually is better value compared to Saka at the moment. On set pieces, can pick up defensive contributions, and he can score goals as well. So Rice is a really good asset to go for in the next couple of game weeks. Cole Palmer is more of a punt. We know about his potential. He hasn't really delivered, but he is on set pieces, including penalties. And Chelsea, they have really good fixtures coming up. Crystal Palace away, West Ham at home, Wolves away. I think there will be points for Cole Palmer. The last player is actually Garner. He actually got 29 defensive contribution points in game week 22. He's on some set pieces for Everton and they have solid fixtures coming up. He actually has an expected goal involvement of 1.54, which is quite good, and he's only priced at 5.2. So Garner is a solid budget option in midfield at the moment. So this is another midfield list with wait and see options in my opinion. Bruno Fernandes, tough game in game week 23 playing away against Arsenal. I think that he's a really good asset to own going forward, but he can potentially wait until game week 24. Same goes for Enzo Fernandez. He has been sick, so he did not train on Tuesday for Chelsea, so he might potentially miss game week 23, but I would wait for more information ahead of game week 23 before bringing in Enzo. Tavernier as well, he picked up an injury in game week 22, so he might actually miss game week 23, so wait on more news before bringing in Tavernier. Up front, I don't really think there are many good options up front at the moment. Watkins is probably the best, playing away against Newcastle in game week 23. Not the best fixture. He did not impress in game week 22. I watched that game, but he still has good attacking stats, an expected goal of 3.32. So I think that Watkins will come good, but at that price, 8.8 is quite expensive. Is he really good value? I'm not really sure. So in my opinion, it's better to go for a 3.52. Jared Bowen is also on the watch list. I think this tells how many good forwards we have at the moment. Calvert-Lewin is probably an option as well, but considering the fixtures in game week 23 and game week 25, I have included Jared Bowen, playing at home against Sunderland and then at home against Burnley in game week 25. But he has been a bit frustrating. The thing with Jared Bowen is the fact that we know that he definitely will start and he will play close to 90 minutes. So if West Ham will score a goal, he will most probably be involved as well. Paqueta, he has actually been rumored to leave West Ham, so Jared Bowen might be closer to taking their penalties as well. So expect a goal of 1.27, not the best when we compare it to Watkins with 3.32, but as mentioned, West Ham, they haven't really looked that great, but if they score a goal, I think Bowen will be involved. The last player is more of a budget option. Krupi Jr. started the last couple of games for Bournemouth. They don't have the best fixture in game week 23 at home against Liverpool, but it's not like Liverpool have been that solid as well, so there might be goals for Bournemouth in this fixture. So I wouldn't necessarily have Krupi Jr. in and play him week in, week out, but if you're going for a 3.52, I think this is a good strategy. Krupi Jr. could be a good player to have on the bench. Captaincy for game week 23, Igor Thiago, solid option, good fixture. He blanked in game week 22 against Chelsea, but he had some chances, probably should have scored. But playing against Nottingham Forest, as we can see, they have kept one clean sheet, conceded 6 goals, 12 big chances, 13 shots on targets. Mid-table defensive stats for Nottingham Forest, and they have an expected goal of 5.90, which is 9th as well. So not the best stats for Nottingham Forest. Brentford, they are in really good form, even though they failed to score, as mentioned, against Chelsea in game week 22. So I definitely think that Igor Thiago is a good captain option in game week 23. So the thing is that Erling Haaland, he hasn't really delivered. As I will show you in a minute, they actually have kind of a tough fixture in game week 23, even though it looks good on paper. Jared Bowen, another captain contender. I really like this fixture. I think it's kind of underrated for West Ham. Can they finally turn their season around? At least they have a solid fixture in game week 23. Playing against Sunderland, I think they are a bit overrated. You can see that they have an expected goals conceded of 7.28. So they have been a bit lucky, only conceding 5 goals in the last 4 game weeks. So West Ham, I think that if they score, Jared Bowen will most probably be involved. However, can we really trust Jared Bowen and West Ham? I'm not really sure, but let's take a look at Erling Haaland and his opponent's defensive stats from the last 4 game weeks as well. The thing is that on paper, playing at home against Wolves, it looks like one of the best fixtures for Man City. So I think that potentially, like 4 months ago, this could potentially be a triple captain fixture for Man City. But when we take a look at the stats, I will definitely not play my triple captain in game week 23. First of all, Erling Haaland, he hasn't really done well recently, blanked in a couple of game weeks, didn't really look to be interested playing against Man United in game week 22 as well, only got like 11 touches, so kind of frustrating captaining Erling Haaland in game week 22 against Man United, but I'm not really sure if I will go for Erling Haaland. I have the captaincy on him at the moment, but I'm not really sure. I might actually switch to Igor Thiago. So Wolves, they have kept 2 clean sheets in the last 4 game weeks, only conceded 2 goals, which is actually the best in the league, only 4 big chances and 10 shots on target, and they have an expected goal of 2.92. So really impressive stuff from Wolves. Man City played midweek as well on Tuesday against Norwegian opponents Bodø/Glimt, so they actually lost this game 3-1. I'm not really sure if Man City are in their best form at the moment, so it might actually be a really good game week to go against Erling Haaland. But please let me know in the comments down below who will be your captain for game week 23.